So I think we need to box a lot smarter in terms of our multilateral relations and how we engage with the rest of the world. I spoke a little bit earlier in my talk about how it's necessary that we maintain a non-aligned status and that we work with all the different regional blocs that are emerging so that we can find our voice and also relay some of the challenges that we face in. There's a reality in the emerging world and in South Africa that progressing to a green economy needs to take into account the legacy of what we have in place, and that we need assistance to leapfrog there. So we need allowances to assist us, and to do that we need friends on the global stage that understand our challenges, but we also work with them to take us forward. Ultimately, we want the same thing. There's different pathways to get there. We just need to work together to find those pathways. All capital is going to come with conditions. It's about trying to find that middle ground, that the conditions meet your requirements or our requirements together with what the requirements are from the global north or the global capital markets, but also to manage transition so that it's a steady transformation from one state to the other over time. It's not an instantaneous switch. And there also needs to be allowances and compromise from both participants. And that way, it's not going to be comfortable, but it will be necessary. And we need to remain relevant for global capital markets, which means that we need to work with them to move forward, which means that in certain circumstances, some of the compromises that we need to make might not necessarily be comfortable for us, but in the same way, some of the compromises they need to make will not be necessarily aligned to their specific objectives and their time frames. But we need that conversation, and we need to put the cards on the table to say these are the realistic conditions, because at the end of the day, we cannot leave components of the world behind. A lot of the issues that we face in from a geopolitical perspective is because the global south has been left behind. A lot of voters on the right feel that they've been left behind. So you've seen the changes in the European political configuration. So the world needs to find middle grounds and compromises, which means that we might not necessarily get exactly what we want, nor what they want, but we have got to have that conversation, say, how do we find a common ground? Because ultimately we all pulling in the same direction. We want global growth, we want poverty alleviation, we want a sustainable future. The mechanisms and the realities in different locations are different, and we need to respect that and understand that and work with that.